Hey guys, Liam here. I'm just going to take a moment to film a little unusual video. It's a lazy Sunday morning here in Saskatchewan, and I just saw the thermometer and I checked that it was minus 20 outside today. So I'm going to do a little cold start video for you guys. So here's the subject today. We haven't done too many videos with our 1982 Dodge Ram van, but this thing's been invaluable for building the tiny house. I actually just hauled a 16-foot 2x6 inside of it with the doors closed, which is would be pretty difficult for any vehicle to do. People would typically use a pickup truck and flag it, but it's nice to have it in there and to just be able to close the doors and leave it in there. If it rains or snows or anything, it's not going to get damaged. So yeah, it's nice. It does end up on the dashboard if I put it all the way in, but here's a 318 V8, simple little vehicle. So I'm going to start it up. Also, I tried something new on this van. I saw Uncle Tony's Garage, his channel. He was showing how you can use some little metal aquarium valves to let more air in past the carburetor. I did do that and it seemed to help a lot because the van was actually really smoky and smelly. So I was using an aftermarket carburetor that didn't have the right holes drilled into the throttle blades, so that was probably the issue. But yeah, I added one of those and it seemed to like it all the way open just to get extra air. So good tip, especially if you're running an aftermarket carb. But let's get inside and let's start it up. Okay, I don't have this hooked up yet, so it's not going to work, but let's put the keys in. I'm gonna let the electric pump run for a few seconds. Usually you can hear it slow down once it has enough gas in the carb. Then I'm just going to click the throttle to set the choke, and then we'll crank. Check it out, guys. Minus 20 here in Canada and Saskatchewan, and just started. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I think it might also be minus 20, but I'll provide a calculation. Choke's all the way on, obviously. We'll just give it a few seconds. See the vacuum reading down there? Zoom into that. Give it like 30 seconds to get a little bit of heat in it. And yeah, she's idling. Oh, let me zoom out. So yeah, what do you think, guys? Started pretty easily. The electric fuel pump really helps because then it primes the gasoline up right away. And yeah, she's ready to run. I've had to start some of these old Mopars down at like minus 40. And bear in mind, guys, it's minus 20 right now, but this vehicle sits in the shade here, so the block might well be a lot colder. But I've had to start some of these vehicles at like minus 40. I generally try not to do that because I don't know if it's good for it, so I have a little plug here. But she wasn't plugged in this morning. I just wanted to try it out. Yeah. I've been driving this van actually to work some days. Usually I hope to drive it on the not super cold days because it takes a long time to get heat in the cabin. But yeah, if ever one of the other cars is busy, I do drive the van. But let's shut her down so we don't spend a bunch of gas. Let's see. Here's my spray foam roof I have in this thing. Yeah, if you guys want us to do a full-on video on the van, just let us know and we can do one at some point. I'll show you guys the little aquarium valves that I was talking about here. Let me see. Set the camera down. There we go. These are the little valves I was talking about. I think they're the exact same ones that Uncle Tony was showing on his channel. Highly recommend that channel if you have one of these old Mopars. But here they are. They're a little ball valve. They were like 10 bucks. That's open, and then if I turn the crank 90 degrees, it's closed. And you put it between the manifold and ported vacuum. And on idle, it allows more air to pass around the butterflies down to the intake manifold and gets it to breathe a little better. The van was very stinky before. It smelled like gasoline, especially on startup, but even on like completely warm idling. And people were telling me like your van kind of smells like gas, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. It seems to run decently, but it's smelly, and I don't know exactly what to do about it. But it was probably that the stock carburetor would have had a hole in the butterflies, and this one didn't have that. My aftermarket one that I standardized on, which is just Amazon $100 carburetors. But yeah, that thing totally helped, and so now it smells right when you start it up, but on idle it doesn't really smell, and it does not smell even on startup like gasoline. It just smells like, I don't know, death, like carbon monoxide or something, but it doesn't smell like gasoline, which is a big improvement. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. The weather here is going to get a lot warmer soon, which is very nice because it'd be nice to save a bit of electricity on the tiny house build by not having to run the heat pump all the time. But anyway, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.